all in all, I feel like society believes that the picture at the top is the most ideal body, or the what girl's body should look like. I feel like the picture on the top is what most people would say, oh, that's the sexiest body, or oh, that's the best body, or things like that. I think social media definitely affects girls' self esteem, because girls go on social media, they see these models that have these what's supposed to be a perfect body, super skinny, beautiful hair, beautiful, no acne. So they just like automatically compare themselves and realize and believe that they're not enough. And I feel like that's what deteriorates their self-esteem, because once they compare themselves to someone else, they realize that their self-worth and their self-love like isn't enough. I think girls are definitely pressured throughout high school to look and act certain ways, because like for example, like the most popular girl at school dyes her hair black. Most people possibly could be inclined to dye their hair black because perhaps in comparison their hair is uglier than hers. Or like drinking is a huge thing in high school, therefore like if the popular girls do it, people that aren't as popular feel as though they should do it too, just to fit in. So I think that girls are pressured a lot, and not just high school, just school in general. I think what it takes to fit in nowadays is just being like the person that like girls commonly like pick an ideal person. So they're like, okay, I'm gonna act like Bobby Jane. Bobby Jane is so cool, so everyone loves her. Like I'm gonna act like her. So like fitting in is being someone else that isn't you. Therefore, like creates so much problems, because like people just don't love themselves before they love others. They just like automatically act bad about themselves. Like they just like don't talk good about themselves because they see what other people think is hot, or like what other guys or think is beautiful, and it just causes a lot of problems like that. I think girls definitely believe that they need to change their appearance, like hair color and spray tan and use makeup to feel good about themselves, because when they compare themselves to others, they realize they think that they're not enough. They think that like their hair or their body or their face, their acne just like completely like messes them up, and like completely blows them off the radar from being considered a person. So like these people believe that, or people just in general think that they need to change themselves in order to be like someone else, because they don't like who they are when they see other people. So I think girls definitely change their appearance in order to mimic other people. And being underweight or overweight makes me feel like I need to treat them any differently. As long as you love yourself, that's all that matters. I don't think weight should even be a factor in terms of anything. Like weight doesn't matter. It's all about what's on the inside. So I don't judge anyone if they're overweight. Beautiful girls, because it's been like that for like as long as I can remember. And I think if they took like males' opinions, like that's who they would pick. And that's like completely messed up and needs to be altered. Therefore, like I feel like that's why there has been recent change, but that's why I feel like people normally tend to pick the skinny models, because it's what like boys' ideal girls would look like. Because men this like at this time just like don't care about anything else. They just like want people for their body, which causes so many other problems with self-esteem. Picture a healthy body, whatever you're comfortable in. If you don't love yourself and your body, then that's not healthy for you. You need to, I think everyone needs to find out what their body type, what they want for themselves, and only for themselves. Not what they want in order to impress other people, or what they want in order to be like other people, what they want for themselves. So every person's going to have a different type of healthy body. And I think whatever body you love yourself the most in, that should be your healthy body. That should be what you go for. And the second something happens, like maybe you gain a little weight or you lose a little weight, figuring out a way to get back to that love that you found in that first body. I go into a store and realize that I went up a size, I think I do get sad at, like, for like 10 minutes, like not a long time, because like I am like, because the social norm is so out of proportion nowadays that like I feel like I need to be like other people, like I need to be skinny too. So like if I go up a size, I'm like, okay, well I just start comparing myself, and I think a lot of girls do this. But then like I realized that like, once again, weight to me doesn't matter. So like I'm like, okay, as long as like I keep being genuine and I keep being kind, then like weight shouldn't even be a factor in terms of who my friends are, who likes me, and everything else that correlates with high school. So I think society as a whole could have more classes, especially in high school and like school in general, about how self-esteem is so important and how like weight doesn't matter. Like, so I think more health classes that revolve around the fact of like this recent change with like using plus size models and like determining like where everyone stands and what they love about themselves most. So I feel like having more resources as well, like guide and more counselors maybe that are like their specific field is like self-esteem issues, depression, like things that come out of not feeling like you're worth it, and like maybe more like cheaper options for people that want to change. They don't love their bodies, so they want to change themselves. But at the same time, I think those people need to have guidance in order to ensure that like they're not changing themselves because of someone else. They're changing themselves because they want to change themselves for themselves. If that makes any sense. I think also, of course, like keep implementing these plus size models, plus size stores. I think that's gonna cause a huge drastic change in like only having beautiful skinny models.